So go on with the overdose.
Well,
Thank you.
the guy told me after he said that he yelled for my friend who showed up by luck. He went to call 911. The guy didn't know how to do CPR, so the police showed up and pumped my chest. I came to, because once I came to, the antidote started to pump through my system, naloxone, Narcan, whatever, and I don't remember none of this. And I went to the hospital. The police waited there too. The two police, the guy that pumped my chest and another cop he was with, came to the hospital to see what happened. They didn't, I don't think, have to, but they did.
Sorry, they didn't.
They didn't have to necessarily come to the hospital.
They just left your ass there and be like,
Well, I don't know about that part, but they didn't have to come to the hospital to see if I made it, but they did. And I thanked the man. And then, by weird fluke, because I do smoke crack, I have an addiction problem, I'm trying to get over it. But there's a metro station a couple stops from here that the police are well aware of. They arrested both of us yesterday, for smoking there. They let us go because we don't deal, we don't have nothing. We just buy a small piece, smoke it, and leave. But anyway, they were there that night, the next night, and I told the two police that were harassing me for having an open beer in the metro, I got lippy because I thought it was the metro police. And then I saw it was the SPVM, Montreal police. One of them saved my life the night before. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I thought you were metro cops. You know, I got to give you guys some grace and credit. One of you saved my life last night from the very same station, just over there, 26. And they said, well, you know what? The guy that did that, because I told them it was by that thing, the orange julep, that's the name of that orange ball. They said, yeah, we know the guy. We know your story. We heard about it. Because the cops talk about shit, like I had to save a guy's life last night. And so they said, the guy that did that's about to show up outside. He pulled up in the car, and I recognized him because I met him in the hospital briefly. Well, meet him, but I saw him. I said, you know, and I was able to thank him. I don't know his name. If I did, I would say it.
I saved your life.
Saved my life. There's three people. The guy, although it's not his fault, because I asked him for fentanyl. And I had to convince him. He didn't want me to do it. I had to convince him, give him money and say, I got the antidote and please let me try it. He didn't want to give it to me. He wanted it for himself too. I had to beg him to let me try it. He let me try it and I overdosed. It's my fault, 100%. But he didn't just say, Jesus fucking ditch. He stayed there, tried to help me and was screaming for help. Help, someone please, someone help. From an abandoned building, no one could possibly hear him. But because I had shown another guy a place where he needed help, another homeless guy, and by thank God, it's like karma come back if there is such a thing, whatever, the fact it worked out that way. Another guy that I was nice enough to show an abandoned building he could stay in with an unlocked door where you can get in and sleep. And I showed this other guy that, and he'd been using it. He showed up just when I was in the midst of dying, and he went and got help. And then the police came, so my friend, the guy that I was hanging with, didn't know him that well. He stayed to help me. And he told the other guy, he went and got help. And then the police came. And of course the hospitals, the doctors and the nurses and all that. So it was 3 human beings individually. And then the whole hospital doctor situation, which we shouldn't undermine. They all saved my life. And I hope that I live a life worth saving. That's what I told the cop. That's what I told the cop when I saw him the next night. I hope I live a life worth saving.
You feel like you live a life worth saving?
I'm not mean to people. I mean, I don't know if I'm a smoker and you're a smoker, if you need a cigarette and I give you one, am I being nice, really?
No, I guess.
It's a gray area.
Yeah,
I think there is some niceness to it.
Yeah.
There is something. They're good, eh? Because it shows that another human being cares about you to give you something you need. Now, obviously, it's not the healthiest choice, but this is what you need right now. And I hope you become a non-smoker. At the same time, thank you. At the same time, it's giving something. You know I smoke. And I'm going to want that smoke, but I'm happy to give it to you. So there's at least some feeling of, the other person cares about me a little bit, you know, showing some compassion or understanding or acknowledgement or respect, something, acknowledgement that I'm here, I have a need, and he's willing to help it. He's willing to fill it. So even though it's not always good things, even if you share crack even, but you know, that's a greedy damn drug.
Nobody shares.
I do. Honestly, I'm one of the, I'm not trying to build myself up or nothing, but for whatever reasons, I don't know. And I'm not taking no credit for it, but just by the weird fucked up way maybe that I am, I give more away than I smoke. I mean, not if it's small amounts. If I'm only buying $10, I'll tell someone no. But if I have quantity, I give away more than I smoke.
How much you get for $10?
You get like one good puff, and then you can kind of, it's like stems that you can kind of get maybe 2 good puffs and then maybe a couple teasers.
How much, like, does that get you a good buzz, like 1 good puff?
If it's decent coke, yeah. If it's decent crack, yeah. If it's good crack, 1 10-piece will get you. But it's a short-lived shitty high.
How long?
10 minutes. I mean, maybe a little longer, but the real, oh, I feel really good. 5 minutes, and it's slow, like boom, quick drop. It's not worth. It's a bad drug. It's like cigarettes. You don't even get high.
Yeah, I know. So
why do we pay $20 a pack for what? But I love to smoke. I tell you the truth. I'm an alcoholic a bit. I'm a drug addict a bit. The thing that I jones for, want the most, is that. I mean, yeah, sometimes I get the itch for crack. I mean, when I have money. Like, when I used to make good money, not at first, but after I got my breakup happened and all this other shit, I dove back into the dope. But it's not what I really want, like I was saying. Like the same with those rats. When they give them a nice little good rat paradise, they didn't touch the crack, the cocaine button. They didn't even have an interest in it. They're like, why would I do that? I have my rat friends, my rat girlfriend, my rat little babies. I'm a happy rat.
Yeah, exactly.
When they didn't have nothing, they were just in a metal fucking grid box with not even comfortable floor. Of course they did crack till they died. Why not? But when you have, didn't you know Portugal legalized all these things?
Yeah,
they put all the same money went into helping them. Their crime rate dropped, the user rate dropped, all the bad things, all the bad rates dropped because they started helping people. And you don't want to marginalize people. Like the way they run the prison systems now, I was in the federal penitentiary here several years ago. You don't want to make people feel like you're not part of society, you're no good, you're not. You want people to feel like, yes, you are part of society, and society needs you too. Find the good parts and chip it in. Not reject and push away. Encourage the parts that are good, because even slimy people have some good in them. Almost everybody has some good.
Everybody has some good.
Nah, there's some exceptions, I'm sure. But almost, let's just say everybody. For sake of argument, you should act that way, I think, anybody. You should always act like someone has some good in them. Maybe it's hard to find it, maybe it's buried deep, but it's there. And they have a right and a place. Even if they don't have any good in them, they're still human beings. They have to be treated with some respect until they make it so you can't. It's not easy. Forgiveness is something really cool.
What's your take on forgiveness?
To err is human, to forgive is divine. That's not my saying. But it's almost godlike that we have the ability to say, hey, it's okay, man. It's all right, forget about it. I think you're still a valuable human being. It doesn't matter. You screwed up, me too. Not gonna hold it against you. I mean, of course there's limits and lines, you know? I mean, we all have, I can't take that much, or, you know, it's just the way we are. But I do think we should look at people, and if we're honest about who we are, really, which ain't easy to do, we'd be a hell of a lot better off looking at other people like, I can't judge that person. Because most of the things that they're doing, I did almost the same, maybe not quite, but close enough, maybe even worse.
You project yourself in the other person.
Well, I'm not saying we do. We try not to see the bad in ourselves, and we don't want to see ourselves in that person. Sometimes the reason we're so angry, like non-smokers are the worst about it, because they're trying hard to bury that what they want is that. And when we see other people doing things that are bad, we hate it a lot of times because it's what we want to do but ain't doing. Our conscience stops us, their conscience ain't, and we're almost envious of it. So we hate it because we can't do it. We know we can't do it. It'll mar who we are. I can't live with myself if I do that. Thank you. Thank you. I don't eat chocolate. I don't eat chocolate. No, I don't want it, man. Anyway, thank you. But I do once in a while. I mean, I like it, but anyway.
Yeah, you're out of the mood to eat chocolate.
It's rare. When I was a kid, I loved it. Sugar junkie.
I'll let you go.
Now I like spice.
Give one more message to the youth today.
Find out who you are, be who you are, love yourself. Don't be ashamed to put yourself first and think other people are also part of you. Being selfish is when you learn other people. Doing good for other people is doing good for you. Real selfishness isn't thinking only of you. Real selfishness is when you learn, oh shit, I'm a part of all of that. It's not just me and them, it's us. And the bigger you grow in your expansion of understanding what's part of you, the better off and the more enlightened you'll be. I mean, as far as I know, but you're taking that from somebody in my spot now and just trying.
Wow, man, you got a lot of wisdom, brother.
I don't know.
A lot of wisdom.
It wasn't getting me. But I'm not mean to people.
You're not a mental slave.
I will say, don't be mean to people. Tell the truth as best you can. At least don't lie. Because you're probably better off taking the truth. You want someone to reject it for who you pretended to be or for who you really are? Get rejected for who you pretended to be. That would really suck. Because you got rejected. It wasn't even really you. If you're going to get rejected, at least be rejected for who you really are. Be your best self. That's all. Just be your best self. Love people. Be kind to people. But don't forget to be kind first to yourself. Treat yourself like someone you cared about. You'll be all right.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for your
Me
time.
too,
right?
man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.